Okay, this is June 13. This is question number 1 and it's a sign test paper from SSO3. In this particular question, Jamal completes a crossword puzzle for a particular newspaper and he records the number of minutes it takes him to complete the puzzle. We're asked to use a sign test with a 10% significance level to examine whether Jamal's median completion time for crossword puzzles during 2012 had decreased from that from 2011. In 2011, Jamal was completing his crosswords with a median time of 32. So we have a series of values here, and what we're required to do is simply put a plus sign if Jamal's time exceeded 32 and a negative sign if it was less than. I've done that for all of the values very carefully, and I've ended up with 8 times that were less than 32 and 4 times that were more. What we're now going to do is we're going to see whether or not our result is significant. So ordinarily we would expect, if the median time was 32, half of the results to come in under 32 and half of them to come above 32. If we actually had a value here which was the same as 32, then what we do in that particular instance is we discard that piece of information from our test. But in this particular one, none of the values actually equaled the hypothesized value. We always take the lower value as our test statistic because we're looking for lower tail significance. So what we're going to look at here is actually to say, well, okay, if it was 12 items of data, if the null hypothesis was absolutely true in its purest form, then we'd have 6 crosswords that were above and 6 crosswords that were below 32. We would get progressively more interested for 7 and 5 and 8 and 4, and on from here to 9 and 3 and 10 and 2 and so on. So have we amassed enough evidence here for this to be significant? I'm going to enter into the calculator on the BCD function the number of values that we experienced, which was 4, the total number of tests that we did 12, and the probability of 0.5. 0.5 is because we would expect there to be a half chance of getting above 32 and a half chance below. If we do that, we get a probability of 19.4%. So actually to 3 significant, because I'm going to put in my 0.4 there. 19.4% is actually greater than 10%. So that actually means there's quite a strong chance that getting this result will happen if the null hypothesis is still true. So we've certainly not got enough evidence to reject H0. So in this case we're going to accept H0 and we will conclude, and I need to add to my conclusion here in context, we will accept H0 and conclude that there is not significant evidence that Jamal's completion time has reduced from 2011.